West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
It is a very beautiful evening here at West Nile TV with a real talk show coming to you every Saturday evening from the hour of 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you so much, the viewers of West Nile TV, those who are watching us from StarTimes, those who are watching us from Azam TV, those who are watching us from Zuku Satellite, and even those who are watching us from our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. So today we are here, but first of all, I want to say Happy Ramadan to the Muslims who are fasting and Happy Lent season to the Christians who are fasting. Let's push on because very soon, a week or so from now, we will be celebrating Eid. Thank you so much. Congratulations for fasting. So coming on today, we are talking about defining relationships. My name is Aita Sophie, your host for the evening, and with me, as you can see, there are two elegant young people. I know they really have experience on relationship and all that, but we're going to talk about defining relationship, navigating from heartbreak to happiness, to discussion, tough conversations that build up relationships, to love, to last, infatuation, and all that. We'll see how all this goes, but let's first get them to introduce themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a lady.
Thank you so much. My name's Ikiru Consolate.
Okay.
A psychologist.
A psychologist. I know you deal with a lot of people having these relationship issues, so you should be having a lot. Thank you so much for joining us at West Nile TV today. So let's get to the gentleman.
Good evening, viewers. My name is Emedi Sydney Hamon. Wishing, as the host says, Christians Happy Lent period and Muslims Happy Ramadan. Thank you.
Okay, it is a question. Let me start with the gentleman. At what point do you think someone can now say, yes, I'm in a romantic relationship?
Wow. The romantic relationship.
Okay, take a scenario. You've been friends with this person, and then how do you know that things have shifted?
Depending on love language.
Okay.
People have different love languages that show their motives towards you. And I would say depending on love language. And second, maybe I would say they have someone acts towards you. It shifts from friendship to romantic. I believe it shifts.
All right, the point is you will always know that it has shifted depending on the language the person is going to use. So what qualities do you look for in your partner? Like, this is more of personal. What do you think?
Lately, I've been looking at, when it comes to my personal relationships, I look at respect.
Okay.
Respect is key to me when it comes to a relationship. And does this man know God? Is he God-fearing? Being God-fearing is not about going to church, going to pray every Sunday. Even men who are not that go to church too. So it's not a church goer that I look at,
Okay.
but a man who knows God and talks about God, and his heart knows God, and a man with a vision.
Okay. A man with a vision, a man who knows God and all that. So, rightly she has said it's not about going to church, by the way. A man can go to church but still not be God-fearing. So, respect is very, very key from a man to a woman and from a woman to a man and all that. So, let me ask you also, what qualities do you always consider?
As she says, I see a woman who loves, who has after God.
Okay.
And the Bible says clearly that if a woman who loves God, is the Bible, is the Quran, will know what's out of a woman.
Okay.
And the Bible says, be submissive. And the Bible also tells the man, you know what? Provide for her. So one woman who loves God, yeah, true. I see the heart of empathy.
Okay.
At some point, love fades, but besides this relationship, besides what you share, what you have, do you have that heart of empathy? Can you go beyond? Okay. Let's say we have a fight right now, but the next 24 hours I fall sick, you're like, hey, buddy, let me take the hospital. Empathy.
And that leaves me with a question to you.
Okay.
What do you mean when you say being submissive?
Yeah, I think you have to make it elaborate for us.
Being submissive. I don't want relationship is like a master-slave thing, no?
Okay.
No. I would love to marry a friend. I would love to be in love with a friend. But the friend should have limits.
Okay.
Don't like to go to the kitchen and cook food when my woman's around. I don't do that. Unless out of love. The honey, you know what I got this today?
Okay.
Yeah? And what do I say? You're a helper to me. Where I feel you come in, you get my back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I see. Which means that you listen to me. I'm the king, you're the queen. The queen listens to the king. Yeah.
So, do you believe in this equal in relationship? Like, we're equal?
No, we're never equal.
Okay.
There are no two kings in the palace, never. We're never equal.
So what did you mean when you say that she's a helper?
You see one thing, a man must remain a man, no matter the situation is.
Okay.
You a woman, you remain a woman. The Bible says clearly, I like basing my arguments in the Bible because I'm a Christian. The Bible tells me that you're supposed to submit to me. And I'm supposed to, yeah, man's the hair.
The command is that men should love their wives just as Christ loved the church, and then for the part of the woman you have to be submissive. But then that part of the scripture, let's go biblical, that part of the scripture says love her. Love her was repeated like 4 times, and then the submit is once.
Yes.
And the question that I want to ask is the love more from man to woman, or woman to from the woman to the man is just submission, and is it the man to love a woman?
Love is a two-way thing.
Okay.
There's no way my woman will show me love, I don't show her love now.
Okay.
Now, a man will love a woman depending how she behaves towards the man.
That's true.
There's no way my queen will be good to me and I don't. Be nice to her now.
Okay. Okay. Do you have something to add about this whole submission thing?
Yeah, one thing I believe about submission is that a man will be able to love a woman into submission. That is like, what am I submitting to?
Okay.
Is that question? What am I submitting to you as a man? When you talk about love, am I just going to submit to what you show to me? Women submit to support. We submit to care. We submit to respect.
It's not.
Thank you. Let me chip in here.
Okay, before you come in, it's not just about like I love you, boom, I'm submitting.
Exactly.
I don't know. All right,
Exactly.
let's hear from you.
See,
Exactly.
here will go wrong. Here ladies will go wrong here. Ladies of nowadays, not all, some,
Okay.
have become, how do I say, I should get everything I want from the man.
Okay.
The man should care for me, the man should love me, the man should do everything for me. What about me? As I said before, love is a two-way thing.
It's the lady has to reciprocate.
That's what I should say. I take the upper hand.
Okay.
I take the upper hand and I show you. Respect me. Show me love. Why don't I make you my queen in my palace?
And she said that a man has to respect. What am I submitting to and all that? And then you say that's where ladies go wrong. So a man is the head of the family, right?
Sure.
And literally a lot of ladies will expect this thing should first come from you. Because in our land here, it's even very barbaric for me to walk up to a man and say, it's only that we're now coming up. For me to walk up to a man and tell him, yeah, you know what, guy, I'm in love with you. Let's have this relationship. And few ladies do that.
Cause what would you do if you like a guy?
If I like a guy,
Yeah.
I tell him,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you tell him that takes a lot of boldness.
Yeah, I
and all
know. I know it comes with a lot of
that. And then the question.
audacity. I know.
Yes.
For us here, it's kind of like they take it. They'll take it to be something else. You know, by the fact that you pull up to a guy to tell him that you like him. He's like, what?
What's
What's
going
wrong
on
with this
here?
girl? What's happening? No, but that's not the point. You get? If a lady is able to pull up to you that she actually likes you, so in fact you should say, praise the Lord, somebody is able to see me.
Oh,
crushes on me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she crushes on me. Someone at least crushes on me.
Then where does that put you? Do you become the head of the relationship, or how does the
No.
shift happen?
No, you won't die when you tell a man that he's actually nice and you like him. No.
I've heard this art of telling, of ladies telling guys they like without the word "I'm in love with you," but I just get you close to me and I show you and so on, and finally I get you to tell me that you're in love with me. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that comes to the point that sometimes love starts as friendship.
Okay.
When I tell you that I can tell a man that he's actually nice, I like him, I'm not going to come openly to him that I love you and I would like to have a relationship with you. No. It starts up as a friendship. And
Consi,
eventually,
some men are
things
slow.
just happen and,
Consi,
Okay, let's help
let me come in. Some men are slow.
men are vulnerable.
Some men
I
are
hope
slow.
you know that.
Some men are slow
Well.
and they're like, okay, what if the man wakes up from you to make the move?
Like he wakes up on
No,
he
it's
waits,
like,
like,
he waits.
yes.
on me.
He's slow. He's a slow guy.
To
Let's say he's a
take
slow
the
guy.
move.
Yeah.
Now that is a little bit hard. Why I'm saying this is that by the fact that when a man wants you, trust me, he wants you.
Okay,
Yeah.
at times it is the lady
When
who
he
wants the
doesn't
man
want-
and the man wants friendship.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And I think you're right. If I love a man, it should be admirable that I walk up to this guy and say, hey guy, you know what, I'm in love with you and all that. If I can't get out the words, I can just show him and, he can get to tell me that he likes me, even without me telling him that I'm in love with him. And at times people start dating also even without these words, without telling I love you and all that, but you may just find people already in relationship. Have you ever been in that?
No.
Maybe with a friend. Have you had incidences like that before?
No, I take my time.
You take your time.
I get to know who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a rush thing.
No.
And can I say you're kind of guy who knows what you want and who looks ahead before leaving?
You see, gone are the days with love for fun.
Okay.
There's a stage in life as a young man, a young lady, is adventurous, curiosity. You're out there. You want to know how it feels like, and that is there. That phase goes off.
Okay.
Then there comes the phase that you say you're growing, you're developing, and you're like, I think I know what I want.
Okay.
No one is perfect. No one is perfect.
No one is perfect,
But
obviously.
we have tick boxes we have. They say tick, yeah, maybe. We can try this out. And life is a matter of time. It develops with time.
Okay.
I feel it's about patience. Be patient with each other. Where people go wrong is that, let me say, for example, you find me drinking alcohol, you find me clubbing, you find me doing drugs, you find me doing whatever a young man will do. And you like me and I'm not going to love you, and like, okay, let's give this a try. And from now, boom, Sydney, stop drinking. Sydney, stop clubbing. Sydney, stop this and that.
Without the patience.
Now, if I love you, you tell me what you want. It's lots about sacrifice. I'll sacrifice. I'll try to bend low. Okay, honey, it's okay. I'm going to stop today, but I'll reduce the nights of going out.
Okay.
Maybe allow me to drink on weekends. Yeah? Virtually. Now, that's why it comes, I said, well, by if I see good in you as a woman, you're nice to me, why wouldn't I change for the good of the family?
Okay, how about this lady who says, just love me the way I am? You have to accept me. If you love me, just accept me the way I am.
No. I have my taste and preference.
That doesn't work out for
No,
you.
it doesn't work out for me. I tell you what I don't like in a calm, good way. I suggest for you.
Okay.
I opt for you. That's for good of both of us.
You know, in this whole relationship thing, I believe in what you said, that love has to be reciprocated. A man cannot love a woman and then the woman doesn't love back, and the whole thing stands. It doesn't work that way. Both will have to come. But then I believe in reassurance. I believe in you giving each other time. I believe in respecting each other, creating a best friend out of your partner. And just a general question, let's go to something called emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy involves a lot of things, ranging from vulnerability to sharing conversation. Sometimes even people, the quarrels lead them into being closer to each other, whatever works for you. But how do you handle emotional intimacy in a relationship?
I believe it comes automatic.
Okay.
Affection comes automatic. And I believe the first step is someone coming to kiss you.
Oh, okay.
For some people,
Okay.
like ladies most times fear, but me sitting, I'm a go-getter. I go for what I want.
Okay.
And you see, as I told before, the love language. You can see some people want to be all the time attention, close someone. Some people like giving gifts. Some people have different love languages. There are so many. But getting intimacy is, me first of all, is going to talk kissing. You get okay, nothing. I think this is shifting from friendship to
something else.
something else.
Yeah.
Oh, she kissed me. Wow. From there it moves.
Okay. To you, how do you know that we are already emotionally intimate?
That is kind of a bigger question. When it comes to emotional intimacy, I don't really need to calculate a lot of things.
Okay.
When it comes to love, it takes me one thing for me to know that we are actually mates.
Okay.
That this man in reality loves me. You know, when you look at love, when a man loves you, he makes it up to you.
How?
That is it.
Like he makes it up to you, as in.
Cons is covering up things, yeah?
No,
Let's be
I'm
open.
not covering
What does the
anything.
man
Okay.
When I say someone is making it up to you,
Yeah.
you will definitely see that
What does it do? Show us. Tell us.
Yeah,
What does
like
it do?
elaborate.
like
Elaborate.
he has your time. Definitely he will give you the time.
Okay.
A friend
Yeah.
can be there all the time for you. And
No,
why did you know
come
that
to me.
friends are more close than your lover?
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Unless
This
guys
will
were-
take us
unless-
to another thing after
unless
this conversation.
You guys were in love, friendship before.
Okay. You first answer, then I pose Sydney another question just from
Before
what
she
you
says
just said.
something, yeah. Before she says something, yeah. Consider the man. I'll play along.
Okay.
I'll wait for you. I want to see what is her ability. When she's torn apart, what can she do? Does she stand up for what she wants?
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that as you look for intelligent women.
Yes. Does she show that confidence? Can she walk up to me and tell me, you know what? Yeah. Maybe before I did something wrong, but she supported me in public. She was there. Then, you know what? I didn't like what you said or what you did. But I think this is right. Let's do this.
So
now,
are you-
tell us.
Are you still in for it or?
In for this,
Yes.
yeah, that's why I'm telling you. When I told you that when a man loves you, he makes it up to you. when a man is in love, definitely you see all the energy shifts. It just shifts.
She says
It
intimate.
shifts to another direction. Cindy, I don't need to argue with
sure.
you over that. You
Okay.
know it.
All right.
That energy shifts towards you.
There is a time when you guys can be friends, and then all of a sudden things have shifted. So how do I know that this guy is actually intimately in love with me? It's no longer friendship. It's no longer bestie kind of thing. How do I know that?
You've never been in love.
Okay.
Unless you've not been in a relationship before, definitely you can know. I don't need a day to know if a man
Williams,
is in
I've
love
never been
with me
that
or
the guy says,
play me around.
assuming, guy chose, I didn't tell her I love you. I didn't show to you. But things
That
happen.
also happens, by the way.
Okay.
People just shift even without saying those words.
So Constance is saying that the man shows it to you. I love you. Like you see, he shows it to you. That you know what, I love you. You see from his actions, his words, his language, love language, yeah?
I love one thing she said. She talked about time. The man will give you time. But then you said that some friends give more time than the relationship partner.
There are situations whereby that you happen to have a misunderstanding with your girlfriend, yeah? Did you know that this lady has a guy somewhere she talks to?
Really?
It happens in relationships, it happens.
The bestie.
Yeah, the bestie. And me, I don't like that.
Okay.
Never tell me a guy is your best friend, never.
This is going to be a bridge to the next discussion. But for now, let's have a short break. Thank you so much for joining us on the Real Talk Show at West Nile TV, channel 477 on Star Times, channel 369 on Azam TV, and channel 0073 on the Zuku satellite. We are discussing defining relationship. Let's define the relationship together, and we bounce back shortly.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
It's time to break free with Azam TV. Grab yourself a full kit at 80,000 shillings or an Azam decoder at 40,000 shillings. Experience the thrill of every goal in La Liga, Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga, and the excitement of live sports action from the Saudi Pro League and Carabao Cup on Azam Plus and Play Package in HD. Your favorite China Uganda movies on Chamuka TV on Azam Pure for just 13,000 shillings monthly. Unlock a world of sports and entertainment with Azam TV, the most affordable pay TV around. Visit any of our agents or call 0312-308-900 for more details.
Azam TV, entertainment for everybody.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Fix 6. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
In the dance of shadows and light lies the heart of Uganda's resilience amidst the challenges of the night, where innovation meets necessity and education refuses to be dimmed, where connection thrives in the absence of power. Embrace the power of the sun with StarTime's solar range of solutions. And empower your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region. West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
It's time to break free with Azam TV. Grab yourself a full kit at 80,000 shillings or an Azam decoder at 40,000 shillings. Experience the thrill of every goal in La Liga, Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga, and the excitement of live sports action from the Saudi Pro League and Carabao Cup on Azam Plus and Play Package in HD. Your favorite China Uganda movies on Chamuka TV on Azam Pure for just 13,000 shillings monthly. Unlock a world of sports and entertainment with Azam TV, the most affordable pay TV around. Visit any of our agents or call 0312 308 900 for more details.
Azam TV, entertainment for everybody.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Miss 66. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
In the dance of shadows and light lies the heart of Uganda's resilience amidst the challenges of the night, where innovation meets necessity and education refuses to be dimmed, where connection thrives in the absence of power. Embrace the power of the sun with StarTime's solar range of solutions. And empower your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Thank you so much for joining us at West Nile TV once again. If you have just tuned in, you are most welcome. We are talking about defining relationship in today's Real Talk Show. And by the way, if you have just joined, you have missed a lot because we had an immense discussion previously in the first 30 minutes. But then, yeah, here's the link. You can click on it and watch more. So here we go with the best equation. That was where we broke off when we had the break. Do you believe in a bestie kind of relationship? You have a boyfriend and then you also have another bestie. Because before we broke up, actually Sydney was talking about some friends being closer than the romantic partner, because when you're having issues, there is definitely somebody you call to explain this and they advise you, and so they could be the bestie, and some of them are opposite sex.
Oh, all right. Sophie, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
I'm not also going to lie to the world that I believe in a male bestie.
Okay.
I believe in my male friends, but I don't attach the bestie part of it, right? Basically, when you look at a thing like, I'm going to have my male best friend, I know my husband is going to be uncomfortable with it. My man is going to be uncomfortable with it. Why will I put such a thing to my relationship? Yeah, I have my male friend. I'll always let him know, you know what, this is my male friend. This is my friend, so and so. Yeah. I cannot come up and say, this is my male best friend. Come on, what is that?
So it's a no-no for you.
It's a no-no for me.
Okay.
No male bestie.
There is no place for competing.
Yes,
with a romantic partner.
Exactly. There's no place for competing with my romantic partner.
Okay. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I would say, Quincy is right. Me too, I'm not taking excuse like that.
Okay.
And if you have a misunderstanding, it's me and you. We'll talk about it.
So, what do you do when you find out she actually talks to somebody else?
I will,
Or she tells you we don't have anything going on.
I will first of all ask her, who is this guy?
Okay.
What do you talk about? I look at your frequency of communications. How often you mention his name? I'm not getting intelligence, yeah? If he's in like another friend, the name comes once in a while. But if like, the name comes so often, okay? Those are flags. I don't take for granted. I'll ask that note, hey, who's this guy?
Okay.
Who's it to you? I don't like the way you guys are letting. I'll tell you.
Okay, there are these guys, okay, let's say they're the besties. You may even know them. You may know them personally, and some of them are your mutual friends, and you really know that there's nothing going on in between these two. But then, I don't know, there is a way you can just feel contented. You trust your partner, even if they have this kind of friendship, it's okay. But then your mind tells you there's something, and then you just kind of rub it off, because there is that part that she says, there's nothing going on, I just have to trust her for it.
One thing I would say, it's all about trust.
Okay.
Where there's no trust, there's no love.
That's true.
And don't betray one another's trust. And me, I'm so jealous about my woman.
Okay.
I'm so jealous about her.
Jealous is a very huge word. It is a very big component of a relationship. And some people say that if your guy is not jealous of you, that means he doesn't love you. How true is that?
It depends how the mode of jealousness.
Okay.
I'll find one of the guy or the man. I'll say hello, hi. I'll excuse myself, honey, you know what? I'm sitting right over there. I'm waiting for you. Once you're done here, find me there.
Okay.
Then I'll come and ask her, who was that guy? Obviously, I'll do that. Emotionally to torment me. I'll later tell her, who was that guy? And she'll think, oh, that was my workman, it was sometime back. You know, you can never stop every opposite sex coming to.
Yeah.
You'll never stop.
Obviously, people
You'll
have.
never.
Yeah, people
But
have
it's all about self-esteem. It's all about, she talked about respect.
Yeah.
Respect, you have to respect yourself. And someone respects you later, yeah? So if you respect yourself, respect your relationship, respect your man, obviously, you will know a man like them like this.
Okay.
Now, and tell me upfront, hey, Sydney, I want to meet a friend. Let me say bamboo. I mean, no. I don't want someone to call me, hey, Sydney, I saw a woman with some kind of bamboo. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know.
It's war on the table.
Pardon?
It's
Like,
war on
is
the
it
table
war
when
on
that
the
comes
table
to
when that comes, that your woman
It's
is
not
out with somebody?
war, but I'll ask her, who was that guy? I want my woman to talk to me,
Okay.
communicate to me, tell me, be upfront, tell me, hey honey, I'm going to town. One, I'm not being jealous, not that I'm so much to my wife, no. Because of anything. In case someone asks me, hey, where could you wife me by this? I will know where she is. At this time she's there, this time she's here, and I get to know her routine. Then like, let her come and tell me, hey, I'm going to town. That is it. Someone says how with some guy, I know, she told me.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's very right. Communication is a backbone of every successful relationship. And besides communication, by the way, I always say love is not enough, because love is just the foundation of every relationship. But you don't live on the foundation. You need other things like trust, like respect. We talked about giving time for each other. We talked about reassurance. We talked about being friends and all those other things. You need them besides love, because love itself is not enough. And communication is very, very basic. So let's go to another thing. And this mostly is us with the ladies. It's called dependence. Dependence.
Before we go to dependence,
Okay.
let me add on things to do with male history.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I really don't stop my mom from having female friends.
Okay.
That is okay. It's really so much okay that my man can have a female friend that he communicates to, because when we look at the world dynamics right now, like we all need each other. Yeah. His female friend can get him a job.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, at
Yes.
any point. Maybe his female friend can help us through a situation, to come out of a situation. But let your female friend be known to me. Yeah. And as I know her, we have like we communicate boundaries. You know, one thing about me is that I don't know if it is what I know or it's what I feel. I always feel that men are vulnerable.
Okay.
Yeah. And the second thing.
Okay, let's first expand more on that. Men are vulnerable, like how?
Men are vulnerable in a way that a man can fall into something. Like,
Okay.
take that example where he begins taking your relationship differences to his
The bestie.
friend. I told you I don't believe in female besties. No.
Okay, let's say female
Yeah,
friends.
let's say the female friend. When he begins taking, okay, he comes in and says, maybe if it was Sydney, Sydney says, oh, Sophie, Concy is like this. Me and Concy had these issues the other day. The next day he's bringing me stories, and Sophie is single, trust me. She's going to use those weaknesses
As her strength.
as her strength to build up herself. And you will find out that Sydney is going to look at the woman he wants in Sophie.
Really?
Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. When Sydney begins telling Sophie what Concy does at their home, she will use it to set herself. Be like, okay, I'm single. Sydney seems to be a nice man. Okay, what I'll do is, okay, since Sydney doesn't like this about Concy, let me do it right.
Okay, is this a general ideology, or like it works for some people? Do you believe that there are genuine friends who believe in genuine advice and all that? Oh, this is general.
Sophie, when I tell you that men are vulnerable, take my point.
Okay, men are vulnerable.
I don't want to lie to you about that.
How true
So
is that?
before you know, he's going to fall in Sophie's hands and like he's crying in there. The next minute they are kissing. The next time you just get to know something is cooking up.
So that brings us
You
back
lose
to, she says emotional intimacy. That gets us to there. She
So
gets-
that is the shift where you now know these guys have shifted from friendship to something else. They're now intimate emotionally. And that's where now you also get to realize that the distance between you and your man is actually...
drifting, the energy is
Okay.
shifting off.
Sophie,
I don't know what you want to talk about, but
Sydney.
you put that first because I have a question for you.
yeah, I want to. Sydney will walk to his woman.
Okay.
I don't like anything about her. I'll tell her.
Ah,
All respect. Calm.
you can't go
Composed.
to talk about somebody
Yeah.
like her to
I'll
somebody
talk
else.
to you, and maybe one thing, I don't believe in mistakes. No, I don't believe in mistakes. No.
What do you mean?
No one gets to do something accidentally now. They think about it.
Really?
And they do it knowing what I'm
So
doing.
how do you handle it when such a situation comes?
That
There are really huge things people call mistakes, even including cheating. Like,
I don't believe in cheating also.
okay.
Unless someone is a whore or a prostitute, or how do you call men who sleep around with women?
I think it's deep, something
Okay.
like that.
The local slang is the hyena. Let me say that.
Okay.
Let me say this. Cheating, it's a process. Unless I said, unless you're a prostitute. Whereby, just you meet this guy, you have it, it's done.
Okay.
Hit on the run. But if someone is talking to someone, is texting, is on phone call, he or she's checking the other, it's a process.
Okay.
By the time you get your spouse is talking to a guy or a lady, it's a long time ago. By the time you're starting to see something's going somewhere wrong, it's some time back.
Actually, just connecting it to what she said, that men are vulnerable and they get emotionally drawn. And I was going to ask you, how true is that?
Depending, me, I'm not.
Okay.
No.
So you're this kind of guy, if your woman does something wrong, you talk to her, and if you don't like her, you end it with her first.
We don't go to bedroom without talking about it.
Okay.
We talk about it in the bedroom. Or sometimes, I'll just tell my woman, you know what? Because we're having a conflict. We're not talking about at home.
Okay.
We're having dinner outside. Home is not a court hall.
All right.
Home is a beautiful place. Let's go talk about it out. Let's go to hotels. Let's have adventure. Let's talk about it. Okay?
So at what point, this, I'm going to throw it to you too. At what point do you make a fresh start? Like you make the decision, I can't be with this person anymore. At what point do you make that?
First time when you make a mistake, I don't make mistakes, I'll ask you why you did that. If the reason can be addressed,
Okay.
we'll talk about it. But if I realize that you cannot change, you cannot address this,
But you first try to address
yeah,
it.
we'll talk about it.
Okay.
If I'm the cause, I fix it. If you're the cause, fix it. We're not doing this again.
So you believe people deserve second chances?
I must not say yes, no.
Okay.
You don't buy. If you're in the forest and you find the same tree twice, you're lost.
Okay. Let me reframe that in this way. If the mistake is really gross, you say you don't believe in mistake, but they claim it's a mistake and it is really gross. Can you end it all at once?
Depending on the velocity of the mistake. I catch you cheating. Maybe the guy is better than me.
Okay, apart from cheating, maybe lying.
People lie. Lying is a minor offense.
Okay.
It's minor. Depending on how you lie.
Depending on
understand?
how you lie.
Some lies are just minor. And some, in your mind, you're like, okay, he or she's lying. It's okay for the sake of peace.
Okay.
Did you know that being with someone in the same roof is a huge sacrifice?
It is.
So if I don't know, you don't know who met. I'll cover up everything. Yeah? I'll be this good man. Give it time. You know someone better when you spend a lot of time with
Yeah,
them.
the hidden characters.
Yeah,
that come
you
out.
cannot pretend for so long.
Okay.
After some time, poof, it comes out.
Okay, let's get to you. At what point do you call it off? Like, it's a no-no now.
At a point where you can't make it right.
You can't make it right. So I'll pose what I posed to him. Do you believe in people getting second chances?
I believe in second chances, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When the whole thing gets to move, like, let me say, the whole same old mistake keeps repeating itself.
Yeah.
It reaches a point like you can't hold it anymore, trust me. I reach a point like I say, no, I can't handle this.
So what can you put up in a man? Like, okay, this is him. It's him. God, thank you for this man. I know he will not change. He's a drunkard. It's okay. Let me accept. What are those things that you see in him? Like, okay, I think I can bear with this.
Well, I believe, me personally, I believe I can make the man I want to be my man the way I want him. So if he's drinking so much and we try to talk about it and he's not stopping, it's really affecting the relationship, and this can't work out, we'll put a no. But as you say, it zeroes down to communication. If we can talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. There's some behaviors they cannot change. To me, cheating is a huge offense. Huge. It never goes on.
So the first day you catch her, that's it.
First I had to ask her, why did you do this? Okay, Sydney don't have time for me. Sydney or ABCD. You won't talk to me about it. I know. But you'll tell me, Sydney, why I went to cheat because you don't have time for me. You're never there for me. Emotionally, physically, financially.
And
you're never there.
some reasons could be valid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if I'm the fault, and if I tell her, okay, it's fine, it's me the fault. Let me fix this. Let's see how it works out. And if she can stop it, it's well.
You have something to add on that?
Okay, one thing I know about men is that a man can never change. Okay? If I found my man, Sophie, yeah, if I found my man, if I got to know this man, if this was a man who was going to the club, he was drinking, yes, he had his friends, he has been hanging out. Like, I met this guy when he had his life fully, right? But what a man can do is he adjusts because of the love he has for you, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's when now things like, okay, why am I doing this? I love this woman. Okay, every time I move out to the club, okay, when she comes up and says, you know, honey, you know what? I know you love to go dancing, but sometimes you're doing it too much. And if he's able to understand that my woman is, has no problem with me going out to dance, but if I overdo it, I will hurt her. And when he adjusts to that, trust me, that man loves you.
So is that adjustment not part of the change?
That is not change.
Okay.
He's just adjusting.
So you're saying that with
he's
time,
loving his woman to submission.
you're saying with
That
time,
is it.
that is going to, the old behavior is going to come up again?
When I told you that he's going to adjust, it doesn't mean like the old behavior has not left. Trust me, it's inside there. But because he loves you as a woman,
Francis, do you believe in
Okay,
growth?
let's first
Do you
make
believe
her
in growth?
finish.
live in growth.
Let her first
Let's leave it
finish,
in
and then
progress.
let her finish, and then we come to you. Is that all?
Yeah.
Sophie is you know what she's doing? Consider what she's doing?
What?
She's defending girl child. I believe in change. I believe the
See
man
me, I'm
can
not
change.
defending that
Listen,
girl
I
child.
believe
I love the boy child. I'm doing this for both of us.
I believe if I love her and she's being good to me. By the way, I don't need much of a woman now, by the way.
Okay.
I need a woman to be my plan B.
Your plan B.
Like, if I want something, she's there.
Okay.
Like, let me say, I want someone to run my errands. The first one I'll call is her.
It's her.
When I'm stuck, the first one I call is her. When I want to make a decision, the first person I call is her. And you know where that comes from? When she will respect me.
Sure.
Obviously, I'll respect you too. I'll respect you and you'll respect. It's a two-way thing. And secondly, if you love someone, you sacrifice. You let go of other characters.
That's true.
You talk about it. What do you want in a man? What do you see in a man? What do you see out of your man? You tell me. I'm not perfect, but we'll talk about it, we'll communicate. So, someone who loves, who has that feelings, will always adjust automatically, unless doesn't love you.
So do you believe in this thing? People say that love fades. That when love is going to finally fade, the old behavior is going to come up again, and she had said it is really hidden there. It is not
I
going
would say love doesn't fade. It's a two-way thing, but to a great extent it doesn't fade.
Okay.
If both of you understand yourselves.
I remember.
Both of your support systems.
I say this because I remember somebody telling me that, love is just like chewing gum. At the beginning, it is sweet. It's sweet, you are chewing it, and with time, the sugar goes off, and you just chew it for the fun of it. And when you're tired, some people throw it away.
I would say, make your love, make your ship something interesting and amazing.
Okay.
Think about every day, how do I make this beautiful? How do I make her happy every day? How, as to spouse, what can we add in this to make it more beautiful, to make it more amazing? And what should I change about me? Yeah? And I'll ask her, you know what, I'll tell you, I want you to do this. I'll love it this way. You like it? We talk about it. But if you're going to be there, what ladies forget after marrying them, they think that I'm now married, is finished. The makeup disappears, the dress is from mama, they don't make up the hair. I want my woman to look more hot, more beautiful, more stunning, more like out she's there.
Thank
like,
you.
wow, that is his wife.
I was actually going to ask you, what do you think about what he's saying?
Perfect. Okay, for me, as a woman, why would you change a lot of things just because you've gotten yourself a man? Maybe just because you walked into church and now you're in his house, you feel you should drop everything that you were doing before. Those are things he admires admired you for. This man saw you and he admired you that way. Now, when you begin, I don't know, that for us here, what we do is like we throw, there is a dress called dera. Now you begin throwing the dera around.
And even some tie the hair.
So you tie your head. Come on, no. I always want to pull out. And when I'm pulling out, this guy should get scared. Yeah. Even take an example like when we're going to church, I just said like, I asked him, honey, we're going to church. Would you like to come with me to church? He says, no, I'm tired. I would prefer that you go alone today. Maybe I catch up sometime. But the way I'm going to pull up to go to church, he says, no, come on.
Let's go together.
Let's go together. Can we just move to church together? You know, it's not because he just wants to go to church. Then he sees like, wow, when this woman moves out there like this, so what happens?
Okay, but
Let your man jealous. You should make him like know that there's no one out there like you. Because if you're going to pull out in these funny things, definitely he's going to begin seeing all these other ones who are.
So even in the marriage, you should continue putting on what your man admired you for.
Exactly.
And even more, by the way.
Exactly. Do it more.
Okay, thank you so much for that input. But then the next question is, can this cause insecurity? But then before answering that, let's have a short break and then we bounce back shortly.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
It's time to break free with Azam TV. Grab yourself a full kit at 80,000 shillings or an Azam decoder at 40,000 shillings. Experience the thrill of every goal in La Liga, Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga, and the excitement of live sports action from the Saudi Pro League and Carabao Cup on Azam Plus and Play Package in HD. Your favorite China Uganda movies on Chamuka TV on Azam Pure for just 13,000 shillings monthly. Unlock a world of sports and entertainment with Azam TV, the most affordable pay TV around. Visit any of our agents or call 0312 308 900 for more details.
Azam TV, entertainment for everybody.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Vaccine 66. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
In the dance of shadows and light lies the heart of Uganda's resilience amidst the challenges of the night, where innovation meets necessity and education refuses to be dimmed, where connection thrives in the absence of power. Embrace the power of the sun with StarTime's solar range of solutions. And empower your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Thank you so much for watching West Nile TV, and thank you for watching The Real Talk Show. Mind you, this show comes to you every Saturday evening from the hour of 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we are not going to waste time, otherwise we have a lot to talk. Let's pick up from where we had left. You talked about, like, when you're pulling out, you should actually be on high, like someone should know, yes, so-and-so's wife is there, so-and-so's girlfriend is there. And when you want to go out and your guy doesn't want to go with you, the way you dress alone should just motivate him to go with you. But then, let's talk about this. Some men feel insecure when their ladies are hot and they go out without them.
First of all, when you love your woman and you trust her, okay, why should you be insecure?
So it's about trust.
Yes. Why should there be insecurity when there's trust?
Okay. Trust is needed, as I say. Love is just the foundation, and other things are needed to build the relationship. And besides that, let's talk about this. You know, in marriage, we had said that in marriage you even have to be more than what you wear. You have to remain the lady you wear, what made your guy to be attracted to you and all that. But then the society that we are dealing with today, let's say the mother-in-laws, the aunties, the uncles and so on, thank God we are developing now. But literally there is this context of being a lady and now being a married woman. A married woman in some societies is expected to tie the head, to put on long, and they can say, you know what, Consi, you now have a child, you should behave like a woman now, you should behave like. How do you deal with this?
First of all, society has ever been society. Society will always talk. They have ever talked. They will still talk.
Okay.
And secondly, being decent is not about wearing up to my toes and tying my hair. That is not decency.
So what's your idea of decency?
When I look at decency, are you wearing the kind of cloth that is putting you out there? It's not revealing you, but the cloth that defines you.
The cloth that defines it. Okay, talking about society, you said society will always talk. So how do you deal with it? Because you are not only marrying your husband, you're now shifting from your family to a different family altogether. Yeah?
Yeah, when it comes to marriage, you always have in-laws. Okay? And when you're in there, one thing you should know is that now when you're in this marriage, your man becomes your relative. His people are your people.
Yes.
Right? And that doesn't stop me from listening to what my in-laws say.
Okay.
But to what extent do I listen to them?
So that's where the conflicts actually come in. I know that my man got attracted to me because of the way I was dressing, because of the makeup and so on. But then the in-laws start talking against this. So whom should I go with? Should I, because obviously this man is not going to tell me, you know what, I got attracted to you because of this, but you will know it by yourself. And he may just be quiet. He may not say anything about it. So should I remain who I am, or I should adjust with what the in-laws are saying?
When my man loves me the way I am, he admires what I put on. Why should I change? Okay. Why should I put on a long thing because my in-law, my sister-in-law has said, now that you are our wife, I want you to be wearing those long things. No, come on. No.
Not even the mother-in-law.
No. Okay? And in marriage, when a man's relatives tell him something, there is a way he should bring it to me. There is a way, as a man, you have to bring it to this woman. You know what? My mom said this. My mom is not comfortable with you doing it this way. But how do we put this to table? Okay. How do we come to an understanding? Okay? Because at the end of that day, it's you who married me. It's not your mom who married me. It's not your sister who married me. It's you who brought me to this home. Okay? And now, when those things come, that's most times that is when these agreements come in. Especially now when the man begins listening to them, because my sister told me that she doesn't like the way you dress. Now, I want you to
change
do
the
it this way. I want you to do it. I want you to do it that way. You're going to kill that woman as a man. Okay? Yeah.
So for you, you are focused.
Yes.
on
Now
what
this
the man
time now
says.
it's your sister in this marriage. It's not your wife. No, it's your sister in that marriage.
So for you, you will stay focused on what your man says.
Definitely.
Okay. No matter what society says, but do you believe that sometimes society can overwhelm, like really overwhelm?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's get to you.
Dress code. Depends on the event. When I'm going to my in-laws, when she's going to her in-laws, just keep decent. If she's an African woman, that's okay. Wachitenge.
I was actually going to ask, what's your definition of decency?
Wachitenge.
A long
long thing. She can wear pants, trousers, maybe put ties a wrapper.
Okay.
Depends on the event we're going for. Maybe we're going to the garden, we're going to the field, and the garden is at her in-law's place, where I come from. Can wear pants, put a wrapper, and go to the garden. It's an event. We can dress decently.
Okay.
Let me say we're going out, maybe for an evening. It's me and her going for date. I'll try to dress hot.
Okay.
We're going out, maybe it's an after party. Be a bit stylish, catchy. I just like to wear something long going for an after party. Where I won't shake a bit now. Actually, the event will define it. Going to church has to be decent, smart.
Okay, let's talk about the general dressing style. Maybe just these kinds of things, going for work. Maybe you want to catch up something in town, just something quick, and just the different ways people dress. Some have generally short outfits, and those long ones only come once in a while, and they are kept for the occasions, by the way. They are kept for the occasions, but generally you have a specific style of dressing, maybe just trousers or the short dresses and all that. That is what society is going to see.
I wouldn't mind about what my woman dresses like. I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
But her body is mine. Let her not expose her body to the world. No.
Okay.
Let her dress well, smart. Be attractive. But decency.
Okay. Yes, let's look at her. She's actually very decent right now. She's okay, she's very smart. But then the mentality of the ideal woman is not this. The mother-in-law may say, "This, now you're married, stop dressing like this. Change it."
If my mother is not fine with how my woman dressed and I'm fine about it, I'll talk to my mother.
Wow. You will talk to your...
I'll talk to my mother.
You know that will take a lot of boldness. And few men only do that.
The mom I have is my friend. Beg mama, by the friend how she dresses, but if that particular way is not nice, I also talk to her, like, hey, and you know what, you were smart, but the sleep was a bit longer. Next time, do this a little.
Okay. I love this that you have just said. I think it's something that we should all learn. And she said that it's what the man says, and you are even talking about talking to the in-laws, talking to your people about it. That should be it. I believe somebody who loves me will defend me.
True.
Yeah, even if I'm wrong, they'll point out my mistake to me first, then help me to do it better. And also talking to the in-laws, please, let's take it easy. Let's take it easy. Some of these sons and you, like the son-in-laws, your daughter-in-laws, they got attracted to these people.
But
through
bear in
some
mind
other
that,
ways.
My mother is my mother. If you see anything wrong, or my brother says something bad, don't talk back to her. Come to me.
Wow. That would actually
My
be
mother
the best
remained
of
my mother.
communication. Yeah.
When she does something wrong, I will say this with boldness. You're my woman, my mother does something wrong.
Don't talk back at
Don't
her.
talk back to her. Come and tell me.
And then you'll be the one going to
Talk to
talk
my mother.
to the mother.
Yes.
And there is this, by the way, situation of a mother choosing between a mother and a wife. At some point, the wife may think, because of this, just you have said, the wife may think you're taking the mother's side over her.
Depending on the mother.
Okay.
True, some mothers are bad. Some mothers are good. But the mother I have is the best.
Okay, it's the best.
Is the best.
Mom, we hail you wherever you are. And yes, some mothers, by the way, you will not believe that your son actually got attracted to the wife because of that skimpy dress she wore. And now she's going to come to this marriage. She's going to come to this marriage and you start frustrating the woman, not even taking into consideration what your son wants. So I believe family is built by two people. These people who have come together, and what do they want and what are they comfortable with? Let's go to what I had intended to go to, the dependency. People depending on each other in a relationship, and mostly it is women who believe that they depend on a man. And you find out that when these two are in a relationship, or they have just started dating, the lady starts expecting, you give me this, you help me, you do this, and what's your take on that?
A man in nature is supposed to be a provider, right?
A provider.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why when I come to this point of there's a toxic dependency.
Actually,
Sometimes we do it too much. As a woman, a man should see that you are able to do some things for yourself. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Much as men also say that women who do things for themselves are scary. No, they also fear us too. But a woman who can actually do something for herself is a top notch. Yeah.
So, ladies can depend on their men, their boyfriends without any problem?
And when it comes to dependency, dependence is not only about financial dependency.
Okay, what others?
There is also what we call the emotional dependence.
Okay.
Okay. It reaches a time like sometimes we want to do it too much. You reach a point like you feel you cannot do anything like without this man. No. As a woman, you should build up some resiliency, and you should be able to make some decisions for yourself. You should just do some things for yourself. Okay?
So, what's a toxic dependency and what's a healthy dependency?
A toxic dependency is like letting this man do everything for you. Okay, men want to provide for their women. That one I know it.
Okay.
And Are you just going to let yourself, just now, take yourself in there and you let this man do it for you? Like, you cannot do anything for yourself.
Okay.
That becomes a toxic dependency. Like, it is too much. Eventually, he's going to get tired. Because today you've come and you say, honey, you want this. Tomorrow I want this. The next time you're like, honey, I feel this way. I'm going through this. The next time I'm going through this. No. Okay? Sometimes you should also like, when it comes to your emotions, you can come up and say, you know what? I was going through this kind of a situation, but I've handled it in this way.
Okay.
Okay? And when it comes to like those other points of support, then you'll be like, okay, I wanted this, but I found a way of sorting myself out of it.
Okay.
That is perfect. That is now that is the difference between toxic dependency and good dependency.
Well, you shouldn't overweigh your partner.
Overweigh your partner.
Yeah, you shouldn't overweigh your partner. And what do I expect in return? That they also depend on me, or what can I expect in return?
As a woman?
Okay, from both sides, because we're now talking love, which is from both sides.
Okay. When it comes to love, okay, as a woman, when you're entering in this relationship, what are you bringing on table?
Okay.
What are you bringing on table? What are you coming in with? Are you just bringing yourself?
I think that zeros.
No. Right? You so like people depend on each other. Okay.
I think that's
at
going
some
to
point a man should also want to, like, a man should also get some support from you. But sometimes also some men do it too much. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, like it becomes too much. And now, especially when they know this kind of a woman, maybe she's an upper hand and she has like, she earns more or something like that. Then you begin, sometimes you depend, you now feel she should do some things for you, okay? And that is where now insecurity is coming.
Okay.
Yeah, that is where insecurity is coming, and that's why now you begin hearing things like, oh, you know, it's because of this, it's because you know that now you earn more than me, you're not respecting me, you're doing this because of this, and they'll always zero to that.
Okay, the last question. If you're in a relationship with someone, as a lady, how do you handle it? Like, for example, do you do chores for them, like go to their home, wash clothes and cook and all that? What is expected? Do you do that, or you're this kind of lady who goes and it's a visit time, we're not married yet?
Should I say I don't have a best answer for that?
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
pick up from what she just finished with?
Yes.
Yes, please.
And you see, I would say that's where ladies go wrong. Whom am I marrying? I don't know how you wash clothes. I don't know how you cook food. I don't know how you clean the house. Most ladies say, show me. What about you? Who am I showing to? I believe in courtship that it's a two-way thing.
Okay.
Show me, you know what? I'm the best lady around.
Okay. And that's going to be by doing this and me proving to you that I'm actually the best.
Yes. Show me that you're the best.
Okay.
And I will show that I'm the best guy. You understand? There are things, to me, it's play your role. Do what you're supposed to do. She says, yeah, I'm going to provide. I will provide. And there were some people go wrong in relationships that they don't discuss finances. Most families don't do that.
Yeah,
And that's why, and that's the one huge problem families face. The man feels she's not supporting me. The man feels this all upon me. Not know the lady has a project she's doing somewhere that's taking her finances. I would believe that in the stages of a courtship, let's talk about it.
Okay.
I would say, what are expenditures per month? That will affect us. let me say, feeding, the utility bills. Let's see how much they are, okay? Then I'll ask her how much you're contributing. Some people say 60-40. Let that 40, the guy there 60. Some men say, I'm giving you money for food. The rest is let me do other bills.
Okay.
Some say once the bills are about 50,000, my blood 50 is yours. Some man once told me that Sydney, the woman's money is hers, the brother, the sister, the father, the mother, her relatives. Trust me, say, hey, honey, I'm in shit. I'm like, please, no money. Some, not all, yeah. No money. But let the brother call and says, I want this. She'll get it. Now, that brings me down to, do you have each other's back? This all comes way before when we are courting.
Okay.
But some people pretend, but some people come real. Depending. I will love us to be real in our courtship. But I know whom I'm marrying. Yeah? Somebody says, until maybe he takes dowry, until he does this, I'm not sure to him my side of a woman. Come on, why are you paying dowry too?
Okay. What do you expect of this woman altogether? Because the way you're talking, like, as you also provide for her, when you need help, she should also be there for you. And let's talk before marriage.
Before marriage. That's courtship. I must say we should get each other's back.
Okay.
God forbid I get an accident, 2 months, 3 months, the finance I have a done, hospital bill and everything. Can my woman sustain the family?
Wow.
Just one question I'll ask. And can she come in? Can she be my support system? Can she like surprise me sometimes? I know I'm the head of the provider. I'll provide. That's more I'll provide. I'll do. But who am I providing to? Some men don't see. It's like investment. Do you invest in a business where you see there are no profits?
Obviously
No. Where you see profits, that's where you invest. Where it's a loss, you don't invest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone has ever told me that, actually I heard this not only from one person, that the mistake guys make is that when they now, okay, let's say when they get a lady, when they get a girlfriend and they're now dating or they're in courtship, they want to behave to this lady as if they're married. They want to take her responsibility. And also the problem with the ladies is that when they start a relationship with a guy, they also want to check him actually, like the husband. I go to your home, I clean your clothes, and I cook for you, I do everything that a wife does for you, and so on. So what's your take on that?
I would say it's a nice thing. Come cook for me, come wash for me.
Is it a strength or it's a weakness?
It's a strength.
Okay.
Some days don't know how to cook food.
That leaves me with a question. Must that be every day, every time?
Not every time. Okay, do you want to call some other person to come and wash my clothes? Should I call my sister and wash my clothes? Master has her guy. Show me how you wash clothes. If it's wrong before getting there, I'll tell please, I want my shirts to be washed this way.
Okay.
If she can say, okay, fine. Cool, that's a tick. But if she fails to adjust, I'm like, okay, maybe we shall buy a washing machine. Maybe.
Okay.
How do you cook food? Let's cook good meal. Let's cook delicious meal. Some people say they want a man's heart to the stomach.
Yes.
Is the food nice? If food is nice, the man goes and look for some cooks nice food, yeah?
That's true.
How do you clean? How do you converse? How do you relate to my friends? In the period of courting, I move it around, I go take it to my people. How do you relate with people? I just want to know how you do it. And I showed you how I do it.
Okay.
So we'll come and talk about it. If you like me, tell me I like it. If you don't like that, tell me you don't like that.
I'm actually having a lot of questions running in my head right now.
So later on that I'll be able to say, okay, I think, yeah, she's a good woman. I think I can do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how do you handle a situation where she can't cook? Just one thing, she can't cook.
Wow, that's enough for me.
As a woman,
It's a no.
now it leaves me with a question. As a woman, why can't you cook?
Some people don't cook food. Some people don't know how to cook delicious meals. Just cook your food. A man can cook. I can cook. Anyone can cook. How do you cook?
Okay, we shall continue. We shall continue with that question. It's not yet over, by the way. But then we will have to get into a short break. And in the final last 30 minutes, we're going to read the comments and also talk about them. I'm seeing a lot of people saying a lot of things there. One aspect that we are going to dive into is the aspect of lying, because I'm seeing a lot of people writing things about it, that a lie is a lie, it's a no-no for them and all that. We're going to talk more about that. Let's have a short break and we'll bounce back shortly.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
It's time to break free with Azam TV. Grab yourself a full kit at 80,000 shillings or an Azam decoder at 40,000 shillings. Experience the thrill of every goal in La Liga, Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga, and the excitement of live sports action from the Saudi Pro League and Carabao Cup on Azam Plus and Play Package in HD. Your favorite China Uganda movies on Chamuka TV on Azam Pure for just 13,000 shillings monthly. Unlock a world of sports and entertainment with Azam TV, the most affordable pay TV around. Visit any of our agents or call 0312-308-900 for more details.
Azam TV, entertainment for everybody.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Vax 66. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
In the dance of shadows and light lies the heart of Uganda's resilience amidst the challenges of the night, where innovation meets necessity and education refuses to be dimmed, where a connection thrives in the absence of power. Embrace the power of the sun with StarTime's solar range of solutions. And empower your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Alright, welcome back from that short break that we had. And thank you so much for watching West Nile TV. Thank you so much for watching the Real Talk Show that runs to you every Saturday from the hour of 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. altogether. And we had broken off when we were on a very, very, very important aspect. I don't want to waste time. I just want to go to Sydney to continue. But then we were talking about this issue of interdependence, like depending on each other.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to depend on each other. Actually says that some men overdo it. Don't ever think the man to do it. You have to provide for my woman. Just be there for her. I get to ask her what her basic needs for the month. I will take the monthly way, and if we can talk about it, I'll tell her how much I'll support her with it.
Okay, remember we had a point where a woman doesn't know to cook. Oh, she can't cook a delicious meal. Obviously, they will want to try, but then the thing will not come up deliciously as you want it to be as a man. Do you employ a maid, or you just deal like it's a no-no with her?
That is a very huge. That's a very huge thing in a relationship. It's not a minor excuse. It's not a minor problem now. Cooking food, this is what you feed on daily. I can come home and have a meal that's not delicious.
Okay.
And I'll opt to sometimes eat from out. Maybe I will say let the maid cook. This one's not cook. But as a woman, it's your responsibility to know how to cook. If you can invest in it, go learn. Go get in schools. Go ask out. How do I do this? How do I do that? Cooking
Are you going to support her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll support her. And unless it fails.
Unless it fails.
And that leaves me with a question. Sydney, do you believe that cooking is a gift?
Do you believe cooking is a gift?
No.
Okay, what is it? Is it a talent? Is it a skill? Or is it inbuilt? What is it?
I take it back to how you're raised. And some ladies generally are lazy.
Okay,
if you're a lazy woman, when you're raised well, I'm sure every mother outside there wants to make sure the daughter knows how to cook good food. Every auntie.
Okay, obviously with the way kids are raised today, I may say some people really don't mind about that. There is a maid, the mother goes for work, comes back in the evening, has no attention for the ladies. Only that, has she read, is she going to school, has she eaten? And they don't sometimes pay much attention because the maid is there, and eventually the lady is grown. And by the way, at some situations, the man, you as a man, you may find everything you want in a lady in this particular person, but that one aspect is missing.
You know that sometimes your friends can come home, but the men gossip a lot. Sometimes your friends can come home. You're like, hey, buddy, you must not cook good food. Your family can come home, and they're like, trust me, that woman, it will go out. It will go out, hey, that woman doesn't cook
She
food.
doesn't know to cook.
And you see, when you come home emotionally, it will torment you. But if it's a one-time thing, I tell her she writes about it, or she invests in it, and she wants to make it perfect. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's get away with this and we go to one particular aspect, which is breakup. How do you move on after a breakup? Because some people invest a lot of emotions in relationships that after a year, after 2 years, it's really hard to move on after breakup. So how do we help such people? Because we always talk about prioritizing self-care, honoring the boundaries. When somebody wants to break up with you, you have to really allow them move on if they want to move on. But it's hard. So let's start with you, the lady.
Oh, thank you. When I look at breakup, there will always come a time where something like a breakup will come in. Okay. And we should believe in change. That's one thing. When you're in a relationship, move in there knowing that at some point there's going to be change. Now, when something like a breakup comes in, how do you cope up with it?
Okay.
Okay. Breakup comes and healing out of a breakup comes in stages. You can't tell me that you move on in a day. That's why men have now come up with this statement like, by the time you break it with the woman, just know she had a backup. Okay?
How true is that?
It's because they have seen some of us move on immediately.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
it depends how she moves on.
Okay.
I can't have red flags. I can't expect a guy to be texting my woman, calling my woman I know, and we'll talk about that, she denies it. And little do I know that this guy is dating. Trust me, I will be like, this guy said this long time ago, it's a process. But depending, I would say, on the relationship, I would just dating for fun, or do you want something out of this, or are we married that if it's just for fun, it's okay. You want to move on, it's okay, fine.
And you know,
And if one sees something in this, we talk about, hey, do you think it's the best thing we can do? We talk about if it's hard, it's okay.
and you know, there is a situation where you have really given your all and you think, yeah, this is marriage. But then eventually, maybe you do something, or as it say, something which you can talk about and move on together. But then maybe he is not, or she is not into you and didn't want marriage, and you didn't know this, and he now breaks up.
That's why at the end of the day, there are two types of breakups. Okay?
Yeah.
And I handle those two differently. There's a breakup I have with a guy that I know that, I know this was to take us nowhere. Okay? You're nowhere guy. You know you're in this relationship, but you know what it's for. Okay?
Yeah, but let's
And,
talk about the other one.
When you break up
Assuming
at
you're
that
married,
point.
you have
Okay,
kids, you have
assuming you're
children.
married,
And you have
assuming
children.
you're married, just look like you were married, or you had a relationship that was supposed to lead you to marriage. You loved this guy with your all, right? This was supposed to be your man, your future dream. This was your dream come true. And now, this comes up for you. It dawns up on you that you and this man are no more.
Yeah.
You have to break up. No one is going to tell me that you move on the next day. Come on, no. It's not going to take a day for you to move on from that kind of
Okay,
relationship.
not even marriage alone, by the way.
Not even marriage alone. A relationship where there was love, there was support, there was commitment, everything was beautiful.
But then the thing
Okay.
I see is men tend to move on more quick than
Men
the ladies.
never move on. No. You're not going to tell me that. A man will never move on.
I would say she's lying.
No, Sydney, they have no
See,
mind.
I want to tell you something, yeah? It depends on how you break up. There's some breakups bad style.
Yeah.
But some breakups, you know what I think, let's mutual acceptance. You know what I think, we can't go this further. Yeah? when I meet you, say hi, hello. When things was good at something in the relationship, you can call on and say, hey, I need your help, ABCD. You talk, you converse, you communicate. But relationship, you don't even, it's a no, it's a no. Depending how the relationship people like, you know what, to hell with so and so. I don't know about so and so. That hatred is there. But it's a relationship like, oh yeah, so it was my bad, and you think I was not good enough. It's okay. I appreciate the time you had.
Okay. That now comes to the point, like, how do you handle that kind of a breakup?
Yes, how do you handle it, especially this one that really drains and it's very hard to move on, but the guy has already moved on.
That's why when you first break up with someone, it's always not easy. There is on the first stage, there's always the blame game, okay? The blame game. And both of you, sometimes even the guy is doing it too. You as a lady, you're also doing it this side. I'm here like, Sydney did this to me, Sydney hurt me, Sydney did this, Sydney did that, okay? Then like, you know, at a point like you guys are not actually getting back. Even if you're going to continue with all these stories of like blaming each other, it's taking you nowhere. You begin contemplating, what is my next step? Now that this is normal. Now that is where that point of owning your wrong comes in. Okay? Okay, me as a person, what did I do? You ask yourself that question. As a human being, if you are able
to
identify your wrong, if you're able to see your side of the wrong, that is the point of your healing. Wow. That is where you're going to heal from. If you're going to continue with that story, with those stories of, so she did this to me, she did that, or he did this to me, trust me, you're not going, there is no way you're going to heal. Okay? When you bring it up like, okay, this is what I did when this breakup came in, when we started disagreeing, what led to that disagreement? What did I do that led to this? What did I do right? Okay? What did I do wrong that has made us to come to this? And when you own that and you're able to remember that.
So after identifying that and accepting it to you, how do I cope?
That is going to bring up your healing when you accept something, okay?
Because I'm going to maybe see this guy's pictures on my phone, his WhatsApp messages.
What will I do with pictures of a man that are broken up with
at that
my
point,
phone? Honestly,
I have to remove all memories.
No. I'm going to wake up one morning and clear all my gallery of you.
Okay.
Yes.
That helps.
And now, when I own my wrong, I'm going to forgive myself.
What if it was not wrong? If it's not wrong, the side of the coin, he has come and said, you know what, I think I'm done with you, and I think, and he said, no, I just don't like this because you are this and that, and he's like,
and you feel we could actually talk about
this, but
he
you
has
feel you're
closed
okay.
it.
The wrong side, you're like, you've talked about it and I failed to change. How do you take it up?
But when he has failed to change, what is that thing? Okay? Did you try to make him change?
Okay, there are incidences. I also know when you do something which you feel like we have ever talked about this, or maybe he has done this to me, I forgave him, but then this time around you feel it's minor, we can talk about it, but he just closes it. So this kind of regret where maybe he didn't love me, maybe I was the one giving much, and everything comes into play now.
That is the point that I come in to say that as a woman, you should love yourself enough.
Okay.
You should love yourself enough to the point that you get to accept all those things. When you begin to say, wasn't I enough? What did I put in? It doesn't mean you didn't love yourself that much.
It only means that you don't prioritize yourself.
You don't prioritize yourself.
But you see, I allow me to say this, as you say, the blame games. People don't like taking responsibility of their actions.
Okay.
Down deep your head, okay, this is wrong, I did wrong. But you still want to shift the burden to the other side. You don't accept, trust me, you will not move on.
Wow.
Where you go next, you carry it on.
So
once you accept, like, okay, yeah, I think this is it, it was my bad. And they're saying I'm sorry, and they're saying forgive me. People stop at I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The one say forgive me. And some people, their sorry comes from far.
You'll know that they're not sorry.
You know, they're not sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, there's no remorsefulness. To me, I look at the side of remorsefulness.
Okay.
And even though you're saying, let's quit this one, I'm like, okay, fine. Why are you putting it off? Let me take home. What is the take home for me? What did I go wrong? Tell me. And why should I improve more? And I'm like, okay, I think, I try to push. If you say no, I'm like, it's okay, cool. I make peace with myself.
Making peace with yourself, it all comes to loving yourself and prioritizing
Yeah.
your well-being. But at times it's very hard to give them the boundary that they need, and that's why you see some people still, even if they've broken up, they still try to reconnect. They try to text, and the guy is not responding. It gives a lot of negative energy and all that.
To me, that's you're not moved on.
Exactly.
Obviously,
you still
that's
want
what
it
we're
back.
talking
Still
about.
want it
That's
back.
what we're talking about. It's
Yes.
very hard to move on. How do we help these people now to move on?
Accept, believe.
Okay.
Me, Sydney, I have my me time. I talk to myself. I say, okay, where was my strength, where was my weakness? What did I go wrong? If I know it was my fault, I'll apologize and say, can we fix this?
And
If she
says
says no, peace.
Okay. So it's that easy.
I mean, she said no. What else should I say? I make peace with myself. It hurts, yeah, a bit of time. But on the other hand, some people lie and say, I want to give myself time. I'll give myself time. You're lying to yourself.
Exactly.
You're lying to yourself.
But on another point, if you also jump into another relationship, you're still hurting. You may use somebody
No,
as a
it's
stepping stone.
like just the way Sydney has said, it's good to make peace with yourself. By the moment that you're making peace with yourself, you're forgiven yourself as you as a person, and you're forgiven your partner. Okay? And that's where your growth starts. Okay?
And you see, me, Sydney, I count my losses very fast.
Okay.
Chop, chop. You see, I don't hurt my feelings, say, okay, I'm mourning. Hey, I'm not mourning. It happened like it was a story. It has not worked out. Maybe something better for the best. Maybe there's a hidden agenda, so this didn't work out. Yeah? But count your losses. Appreciate yourself. Say, yes, I did it. Come back to love. Move on. Don't say, I need myself time to hang in there. No.
That's why when it reaches a point like when you make peace with yourself, those stories, and you begin, you know, when a relationship was powerful and people got to know, and now that it has ended, people will always be there to talk about it.
Yes. They
Now,
even ask
as
questions.
you as the partners, how are you going to handle this? What kind of answers are you going to give to those people? That's why you get that now, because you want to be in the defensive side, you begin saying, oh, he's this, he was this, she said this. No. That's why me, as a person, now when I break up with someone and people are telling me stories, that they are coming to me and saying, Sydney told me this, Sydney told me this about you, Sydney told me he broke up with you because you did this. I tell you, believe him. Okay? I tell you to believe him. Because I'm not going to defend myself to that point. I've let it go, and I've let go. Okay?
Right.
I put you in a position where now I cannot handle you. Even if you, there are relationships where it is the other party that really hurts you.
Yeah, sure.
That is why it is good to let go, and you let go. And now when you let go, you put this kind of a person in a position that God handles him. Now when you've let someone in the hands of God, trust me, you as a person, you're not again going to handle them.
No,
What do I do with you? When I begin to get hearsays of so and so said this, and I just tell them to believe them. I'm not going to handle that. I don't address those kind of situations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Making peace with yourself.
Making peace with yourself, and it builds you up, you move on.
And you
Trust
see,
me.
when you make peace with yourself, you mean this ex, like, oh, hi, what's up? You're good? How's it going? Good.
Yeah.
Then when you have peace, but when you have peace with yourself, trust me, like, look at that dude. I mean,
Cindy, but there's breaking up with someone and never talking to them again, but you've forgiven them in your heart.
But doesn't that mean when you see them, you're still hurting?
No, come on. I can forgive you, but never talk to you. I don't have any problem with you. Not even one.
How
it
true is
depends on
that?
personalities. Me and Sydney, their lines don't cross. I don't take for granted.
Okay.
My family, you don't take for granted. You don't touch my family. You don't come in close to my family. That I won't take for granted. But it's a minor thing. I'm like, oh, maybe she got me cheating, or maybe she got tired of me doing something, or she this or that. I'll be like, oh, please. But as she said, some people in relationship and they really cross boundaries. They really cross it. They hit it hard.
Yeah.
And there, you'll show you signs. But not the devil that you don't know. You'll show you the devil here. Please, I leave your way. I go my way.
With only 4 minutes to end the show, I really wish we had enough time to talk about this heartbreak thing, because a lot of people are suffering out there. It's like the lady's like, I can't move on from her. And their relationship breakups that, by the way, if care is not taken, these two people may never recover from each other. This may get married there, they may get married to another person, but then they will know I would have been happier with the other person if they didn't break up with me. Even 2 years into marriage, they meet and feelings are still triggered, but these are exes, and it leads to something else. So a lot of people are failing to move on. With time, I really hope that we'll put this as a topic and talk about it. And also, lies in a relationship. We did not get time to discuss about that, but trust me, with time also, maybe next month or one day, we will be here again talking about it. Let me roll the dice back to you people with your final words, because we'll have to round up with the show. First with you.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that I'm able to speak out and I'm able to voice out to the people. And I want to believe that they have heard me. First of all, relationship is a big thing.
Yeah, sure.
I feel we didn't have enough time to exhaust it.
Yeah, I'd say it's a journey, not a destination.
Yep. And finally, I would like to say to my fellow ladies out there is that resilience is power. So when you build up resiliency, that's where your strength is going to come from. And as a woman, you're going to make it and grow. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, viewers. I appreciate Westnile TV for this opportunity to talk about relationship. It's something outside there that is torment lots of souls, torment lots of people. And I would say, go for what's good for you.
Okay.
Don't be a prison to something. It is good, it's good. It's bad, it's bad. It's not good. Life also is only hard. Don't make a shape something hard. I'm supposed to come and lean on you. It's supposed to be a point for me to put my shoulders onto and say, hey, not this is it. But life is the opposite. I will take off.
Wow.
Please take off. And all in all, show to me you're the woman that I want to marry. And show her that you're the guy that she wants. It's something, a connection between two people. Come together and appreciate each other and move on. Be happy.
Yeah.
Stay blessed.
Well, relationship is something we ought to grow into, and people who like playing with others' hearts, please stop. The blame games have to stop too. Prioritize yourself. Learn to say no to some people and to some things that are beyond your boundaries without feeling guilty about it. That is not love, that is compromise. In a relationship, we will have to prioritize each other, but self-care is also very, very important. Thank you so much. As I said before, we may get time to come here and discuss about it, because this relationship is very wide. The topic alone, it cannot be exhausted in just 2 hours. Thank you so much for watching the show. Those who watched us through the Star Times, the Zuku and the Zam, and also those who watched us through our YouTube channel, through Westnile TV official YouTube channel. Thank you so much. This was the Real Talk Show with the topic Defining Relationship. Catch up.